everybody and welcome. I am Anti-Pirate and today I am positively geeking out about brawling with the Jaeger robot because, frankly guys, I'm a little bit confused. I don't really understand what Pixonic thinks we're going to be able to do with this new robot. So, I tried it out last weekend with a little bit of, with the sniper builds. And it functions as you would expect it to, but it doesn't offer, to me, it feels like it doesn't offer the solution that we need, because currently Titans run rampant. Titans are dominating the game. Hawk offers a little bit of solution, but honestly it doesn't feel to me like two heavy weapons plus this built-in weapon really offer us a solution to the Titan problem that we have. So I'm looking at this bot and saying, okay, well, what if we put on some brawler builds, but also I also have some avalanches in here, which are certainly more brawler than in railguns, but they are not, they aren't really brawling weapons. But I've incorporated them into this strategy. Now we can see here that the Jaeger can skill shot a Loki. That's good information to have. I'm also kind of wishing that I'd used Shield Breaker here because, that's really useful for weapons like Glacier. So in the second game, I actually am going to put Shield Breaker on the Avalanche version of this bot. So it's nice to be able to move around with your shield deploy, unlike some bots like the Rajin and the Fujin. But honestly, this bot, they claim that this bot is a mobile sniper, but it really doesn't feel very mobile. Especially given its total firepower, it still feels really slow. I love the way the bot looks. I love the idea of this bot. I love the name. I love the way it looks. I just don't know what we're supposed to do with it. Like, you run it as a sniper, and it can take out some glass cannons. I don't think anyone's going to deny that, but I honestly don't need any help taking out glass cannons. There's lots of ways to do that. Now, the Nucleon is a very powerful weapon, and it can be very effective right up to 500 meters. So this build here might give us something that we can do. Obviously, we've got this Ares up in our face, and I think we're getting hit by another sniper. And I think one-on-one, this versus a sniper could do very well, but obviously we're getting hit by multiple people. But we can regenerate some health with the shield here. So, and oh look, I see a bit of a graphical bug there on the left leg. It seems to have broken up a little bit. And there I go, getting taken out by some vortexes. And that happens. So now here's that avalanche build that I was talking about. The least brawling of the builds that I'm trying out here with the Jaeger today, but I think this one has some potential. So in most of these bots for modules, I'm running one heavy armor, one overdrive, and one last stand. Though I guess I forgot to put the last stand on this one. Either that or there's a bug. That's not incorporating my last stand. So here I get a bit of damage in with the avalanches, but obviously I'm dealing with a shield here. I think that might be a Jaeger. Yeah. So the burstiness of the avalanches doesn't do great. But because the avalanches do tend to reload a little bit better than a lot of the other burst-ish weapons, so I was actually able to finish off that other Jaeger there. One thing that is nice about the Jaeger shield is that it regenerates no matter which mode you're in. I think actually one thing they could do to buff the robot is keep it regenerating in both modes, but make it regenerate faster in the mobile mode. Just an idea, but... Now, the Redeemers are a great weapon because they do full damage right up to 350 meters. So this build actually has a little bit of potential, I think. And I'm about to make a discovery here that I think may be of use. The jumping behemoth is kind of funny. So there's someone, he's shooting at somebody behind me. There's obviously some sort of target that he thinks should be a priority, and it's an Arthur. Now, as I have this Arthur come up behind me, I realize something. Even though a Jaeger is not very fast when its ability is active, it's fast enough to keep up with a Titan. So if you can find a blue Titan, unlike, say, a Wayland, you can provide the support bubble shield, which is constantly regenerating, which can really dull the attack against the Titan, without losing your ability to keep up with the Titan. So here we are, we're trying to work down, but we've obviously lost too much beacon tape. I'm here experimenting. A lot of these builds are not working very well. I mean, against a beast mode bot with brawling weapons, this Aegis shield does not stand up, and the Jaeger can go down pretty easily. This is where maybe supporting a friendly Titan can help out a lot, because that can give those other bots a little bit more pause. Or they could just only focus on the Titans and completely ignore the Jaeger, and you're going to be able to keep regenerating those shields and slowing down the actual DPS of the other bots. But then we lost because, kind of a mess. I actually managed to get second on damage there, which is actually not too bad, given that was my first time trying out these builds, and it is kind of a weird situation. So now we're hopping in here to the second game, where I've got the same Jaegers. I've switched the modules around just a little bit. And I have actually taken the time to level up my Nodens. Because I had realized that I had equipped it, but I hadn't actually leveled it. Now, I mean, that's only, I think 3 or 4 levels on each of the subsystems. So I start out here with the Avalanche Jaeger. Sort of the most mid-rangey. This is kind of a longer map, so that makes sense. And this time I have the shield breaker module on it, because I think against the other Jaegers and against the Pantheon bots, this is really going to help me. And if anyone runs an Ancel shield, this also really helps out with the Avalanches. So that's my theory there. Now I wish that guy had moved sooner, because I could have walked past him, but I end up throwing myself off. And I'm deploying my weapon just to take a little bit of a pot shot here at the enemy. And he used phase shift, so at least that's on reload now. And I think I was going to take another pot shot, but the guy got into cover under the ramp. Well, not under the ramp, behind the ramp, before I got that chance. So here I'm thinking, if I can get into 500 meters, this is a situation where the shield breaker can really come in handy. So I am blasting past his shield, though it's already been taken down. It kind of regenerates just as the shield breaker ends, so the shield breaker didn't really do me any good there. And this here is part of why we're about to see why I think on a slow bot like Jaeger, these splash weapons like the Avalanche could be really good. That guy couldn't even get out of cover against me. I used his own cover against him. He could not get his weapons out of the cover to fire back at me, and I was able to take him out with the Avalanches. So I think the Avalanches may have some of the highest potential as a Jaeger build. Obviously, your built-in weapon is a direct fire weapon, unlike the Avalanches, but it's also kind of a bursty weapon, so you can, when they do come out of cover, you can punish them immediately with that big cannon. And if they stay in cover, you can punish them continuously with the Avalanches. So here I am, I'm considering that this guy has the shield, and I see that his shield drops, so I don't use shield breaker, but then it's coming back, so that's when I let out the shield breaker, and I ended up doing a nice chunk of damage to him. And we can then finish off him. He ends up getting my last stand, or actually no, he doesn't quite get my last stand with his death explosion, and I'm able to kind of keep going with this bot. I think this is a really good position to get into on this map, is because the underside of this ramp actually provides some pretty good cover, so I can kind of be here and kind of keep the members of the other team on their toes, keep them suppressed by like the real definition of the word, not the in-game mechanic. And I have cover, so when people do stuff like Aegis shields, I can kind of hide from them. tried to use shield breaker against that Aegis shield, but I couldn't get the attack angle. Now these guys are coming out again. I managed to hit him with a nice burst, get his last stand going, and I thought I activated shield breaker there, but I think it was just about to come off of cooldown when I tried to activate it, so I didn't actually get to use it. Here I am trying to take out more of targets hiding behind that ramp and, you know, just generally trying to hold down this position. No, I think this Ravana ends up being a problem for me. I'm trying to keep, because it seems to have shotguns, I'm trying to keep my distance, but I end up getting hit. I go down pretty suddenly. I'm not quite sure what killed me there. Oh, Retribution. That was probably a, I think that was a Hades that took me out. So here I am. I'm gonna try to use the sort of the generous ammo situation of the Nucleons to punish this Ravana. No matter when he comes out of his ability, I'm going to be able to hit him. But he's being really smart and staying in cover. But yeah, actually, he comes out after me, and I'm able to, you know, punish him. As soon as he comes out of his ability, I'm able to hit him, and he gets a big chunk of my health, but the last stand is still there, so we're doing okay. Getting a little bit of damage in here. So I think, I mean, look, the Jaeger is definitely not a brawler, but you can take advantage of different elements of the bot's ability when you use weapons like Nucleons or Avalanches than if you just sit back and use the longer range weapons like the Kangdae, like the Trebuchet, like these new railgun weapons. As I was saying before, I think those kinds of 800 meter or further kind of setups, or the 600 meter setups, can be really good for taking out glass cannon bots, but they hardly move the needle against Titans. There you see me. I mean, obviously, the range is such that I'm only firing off a single weapon, but the amount of health that cannon takes off of the Nodens, and this is not a high-level Nodens, is very, very small. Like, I have a really hard time understanding what Pixonic thinks we're gonna do with this bot against. I try to get undercover. Maybe I could have played that better with going into the faster mode, but I'm trying to hide from those Cryos and the Leech. I'm not sure if the rebalance is still in effect on the test server here, or whether we're actually using the pre-rebalance numbers. But those Cryos seem to be pretty powerful still. I don't know. So here I'm trying to get into 350 meters to hit this Oming. I'm having trouble with the aim a little bit, and then I'm getting suppressed, and you know, this is not going to work very well. I think the map with more cover, those embers might work better. Now it's time to bring in my Titan, but as you can see by the tape, this battle is really close to ending, so I also forgot to capture the score sheet for this one, so I'm just going to tell you guys, if you have any thoughts on Jaeger and what you would use Jaeger for, let me know in the comments down below. And as this red tape filters away for the last few seconds of the match, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, turn on the bell. I've got a bunch more videos that I have planned, and they'll be coming out soon. So for now, I am Andy Pirate, wishing you a good day, wishing you luck in your battles, and signing off.